standing on your knees for this one. And lean your weight into your right knee and just step your left leg out wide. So this time your right hip will be stacked over the right knee and your left leg will just be really extended out. Press into the outer edge of the left foot and firm up the entire left leg. So squeeze the thigh, push the heel into the floor, drag the heel back isometrically to turn on the hamstring, and then take your hands and place them on the hip points. And then notice if your left hip is hiked up higher than your right, okay? And also notice if your left hip point is pulled back relative to your right. So we're going to try to correct those two things. So push the left hip point forward so that the two hip points are in line with the long edge of your mat. And then see if you can't sink your left hip point towards the floor and lift the right one up a little bit more. And they may not come perfectly in line, but it's the action. And then re-engage through that left leg if you lost that engagement. And squeeze the foot to the knee and the knee to the foot to turn on the adductors as you're stretching it. Okay, good. And just hold here for a few breaths. You can keep your hands on your hips if you like. You can extend your arms out to the sides if you like. It's kind of a nice little way to exercise the top of the shoulders, as long as it doesn't start to bother your neck. Okay, good. Breathe, inhale deeply. Exhale. Dropping left hip point, pushing left hip point forward, strong through the left leg, push into the outer edge of the left foot. Alrighty, now turn your left toes out and start to bend through your left knee. So you're coming into kind of this kneeling warrior two. And then straighten the leg again and come back to your gate pose is what this one is called. And then spin the right toes out and bend the knee. And then spin the leg forward and straighten. Do that a few more times. Warming up the left hip a little bit more. Trying to find that alignment in the gate pose each time. So left hip dropped and push forward each time. And then one more. Okay. So lean your weight into your right knee and then extend your left leg out long to the side. Same pose. Sink the left hip point, draw it forward, press the outer edge of the left foot into the mat, and engage strongly through the entire left leg. Now take your blocks and place them behind you or somewhere where you can kind of reach them. And then take your hands and place your hands on the flesh of your buttocks and then manually push down there to manually lengthen the tailbone, okay? Now, stay strong and straight through the left leg. Squeeze your elbows together behind you. Push down on the flesh of your buttocks and lift your chest up to the ceiling and back bend over your shoulder blades. So, squeeze your shoulder blades together behind you and envision where the block was at the beginning of class and where the strap was in the earlier back bending work. Push your right hip forward and sink your left hip point towards the floor. Increase the stretch on the inner thigh of the left leg. Now, try to maintain that nice long tailbone as you remove your hands. So engage your low belly to feel like you're tucking your tailbone and release your hands to your blocks. Spin your fingertips back to externally rotate from the shoulders and maybe press down into the blocks and feel as though you can rocket your chest towards the ceiling even as you tuck the tailbone and lengthen the low back. And maybe you stay here and breathe, or maybe the blocks are too high. Maybe you lower the blocks, or maybe you just bring your hands to the back of your legs. If you grab the back of your legs, pull apart on your legs and feel your shoulder blades gather together behind you and use that as a reminder to lift from there. Tuck the tailbone, keep sending the left hip forward, right hip forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades, maybe walk the hands down. Keep breathing. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good. And then slowly come back up.